we have to talk about Jon Stewart. And listen, I am absolutely shocked by what I witnessed in these clips that I'm about to show you, because actually Jon Stewart was speaking some truth, kicking some facts. I'm absolutely shocked. I know, it's crazy. But he was calling out Bernie Sanders in the Democrat Party, and yeah, Bernie Sanders absolutely could not refute it. It is absolutely shocking what is happening with this clip right here, with these clips right here. So with that being said, let's jump straight on into it. And in this first one, he's calling out Bernie Sanders for Democrats owning the shutdown, right? And funneling money, or wanting to funnel money to health insurance companies to the tune of $800 billion to pad the health insurance companies' pockets. Check it out. Well, actually, before we get into it, I'm not going to be able to show you guys the actual clip due to copyright. So it's just going to be like a little frozen image that you're actually going to see. But here it is anyway. You guys can still hear the audio from it. So check it out.
What Democrats find themselves in a place is we've shut down the government to protect subsidies for an insurance marketplace that funnels $800 billion a year into the pockets of all these insurance companies. Have Democrats boxed themselves into a corner fighting for a system that ultimately, to get the thing that you want, that I think the American people want, they're going to have to abandon?
Yes. Look, here's where we are right now, and I think it's not been made as clear as it should. If Trump gets away with what he wants, we are looking at 15 million people losing their health insurance. And according to studies, John, 50,000 low-income and working-class people dying every year unnecessarily.
Based on lack of accessibility to health.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay. You're low-income, you're working-class, you don't have any health, you have a chronic ill, you die. That's what they're saying. On top of that, all over the country,
very clear. You do die anyway. Just
you die anyway, but you don't have to die. You don't have to die
that way
just because you can't get to a doctor. That is disgusting.
Right.
All right. And then on top of that, because of the cuts to the ACA, you're looking at some 20+ million people seeing a doubling of their premiums at a time when they can't even afford health care right now.
Right.
All right. So your point is this a good system? No, but we
is this a good system to defend?
To defend today,
political
yes.
capital.
All right,
okay.
But obviously,
right.
It is a system designed to make huge profits for the insurance companies and the drug companies.
Right.
Period. We have got to move to a Medicare for all single-payer program. Absolutely.
Oh man, Bernie Sanders just loves to just pull stuff out of his behind, you know? Absolutely just yanking it out, man. Just making stuff up. You know, and notice he said that's what they say. That's what they're saying. Millions of people are going to die. And it's always like a fear. It's always fear mongering from the Democrat Party. It's never just pure policy. It's always fear mongering. People are gonna die. He's destroying democracy. Threat to democracy. World War III. Y'all remember that? They were talking about Trump's gonna start World War III. You remember that? I want to read something from brother Anish. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. He says Jon Stewart is right. This shutdown. Hold on, let me pause that video. This is a shutdown to keep profits for insurance companies sky high. That gets you, the consumer, a $6,000 deductible. And the idea that 50,000 people will start dying every year after losing health insurance is complete fiction. That is facts. Nobody's dying, bro. Democrats are just making stuff up, as they always do. They try to fearmonger people into believing whatever it is that they're pushing for that specific day. Hospitals are compelled to turn no one away in an emergency, and outcomes in the setting of chronic illness are generally not improved by the presence of an health insurance card. This is why any well-done study of health insurance, Google Oregon, or the RAND study versus no insurance shows no difference in mortality. Yeah, I mean, if you go to the emergency room without health insurance, they're still going to help you. They're not turning you away. They're not going to look you dead in the face and be like, yeah, no, go home. You don't have insurance, bro. Like, no, like you're going to get the care that you need. if you walk in there. So like, what exactly is he talking about here? He's just making stuff up, But I've got more. He actually hit him with more facts. So check it out.
But again, this gets to the Democratic solutions have never been to directly provide. It's always been a subsidy
Absolutely
to a
right.
middleman. But what happens is when the government promises endless funds to insurance companies or private universities without any cost controls, and Trump seems to understand this, prices rise far beyond the rate of inflation. And we've seen it in tuition, and we've seen it in pharmaceutical, and we've seen it in healthcare. So my question is, will Democrats recognize the poison pill that they've often placed into well-intentioned policy?
Right. What they end up doing is coming up with very complicated proposals. You make $48,964.
Yes!
You will get this thing. You make $1 more, you're finished, and blah, 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 blah. Look, we have got to make it simple. In the wealthiest country in the history of the world, should healthcare be a human right? Yes, it should be. Should we have the best quality education in the world from childcare to graduate school? Yes, we should.
Right, but these are.
All right, how do you pass?
Let's get there.
All right, then the question is, all right, these are.
I'm writing this down, Sanders.
All right, the Republicans, you're getting violent here, you know.
You're
The Republicans. You know, but here's the thing with this. Democrats have an issue because it's never, let's actually really genuinely try to solve this thing. For the Democrat Party, it's always, hey, let's throw money at it and that'll magically fix it. When in reality, you're just making the middleman's pockets fat. Oh, let's give money to this organization that does X, Y, and Z instead of you directly giving the money straight to whatever you're trying to help, right? Or whatever you're trying to fix. It's the same thing with the homeless crisis, right? The homeless issue. The homeless issue will never be fixed until the people that are trying to fix it until the people that are trying to fix it aren't paid to do so. It'll never be fixed. Not ever. Because they're eating off of people being homeless. I'm just saying, it will never genuinely end, and just throwing money at something doesn't magically fix it. But with the Democrat Party, that's all that they want to do, and it's making prices continue to go up. I mean, we're watching it. We're seeing it. I mean, it's all over. It's right in front of our face. And here's another thing. You can't say that healthcare is a human right. It's not a human right for somebody to go demand services at a hospital from someone who's being paid to render services. Like, that's not a right. Democrats just make up stuff, you know, just make it up. And then on top of that, if you look at the healthcare system, just to our neighbors to the north in Canada, it's absolutely garbage. And I talked about this on the other channel, Extra Rich. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the other channel, go and subscribe, Extra Rich. The link is down below in the description. But I talked about this on the other channel. Their healthcare system in Canada is absolutely garbage. It's totally free, right? You don't have to pay out of pocket. Now you're taxed like a mother lover in Canada, like to the tune of like 50%, which is absolutely bonkers. But their healthcare system is free, right? You know the wait times there? Absolutely bonkers how long some people have to wait for services. The two videos that I played on the channel, one lady just needed an MRI, and it was going to take them, or she needed some kind of test because her cancer markers were starting to rise again, and she wanted to make sure that her cancer wasn't coming back. And they told her that she was going to have to wait weeks before she could be seen. She called the U.S. because she has dual citizenship. She called a place in the U.S. and they said, come down. We can get you in today. So for the free healthcare system, how great is that? And then one lady, the other lady that I actually showed everyone, she actually laid it out perfectly. And she said it's free as long as you have the time to wait, right? So yeah, absolutely crazy stuff, man. These folks are absolutely crazy, man. Healthcare should be a human right. Yeah, you want a human right shouldn't be and can't be the demand of somebody else's labor. I demand. Okay, you're demanding somebody else's work. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's move on from that because I got another clip that I want to play for you guys because he actually, he cooked him with this one. Talking about Uncle Trump. Check it out.
You know, if you think about, because your message has always been consistent, and you've spoken this way since you first came on the scene for a very long time, and you've always been clear about it. You could almost make a case that the true inheritor of the Sanders revolution is Trump. He's the most socialist president of my lifetime. Taking a percentage of companies to do business, that's a Bernie Sanders idea. Yeah. Doing a Trump RX where the government is involved in selling pharmaceuticals, that's a Bernie Sanders idea.
It's not only some of his policies, some of his other policies, let's not forget, is throwing 15 million people off the health care they have and doubling health care premiums.
He's not perfect.
And giving
I didn't say he was perfect.
And giving $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%.
Is it frustrating that the thing that you fought for your whole career, Democrats are the ones who run away from scared, and he's embraced some of it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so.
Yeah, Trump has taken some of the good ideas that, the Bernie Sanders of the world and just Democrats in general have had. He's taken the good parts and implemented them in his policy and left all the bad stuff. And so now Democrats are left looking silly because Trump has done a lot of the things that they claimed that they wanted to do, but he left all the bad parts out and kept the good stuff. And so now things are moving in the right direction, which I just saw a poll from CNN and I believe his name was Harry Enton. No. Anyway, what the poster guy on CNN, I can't think of his name right now, but he even put up, and this, once again, this came from CNN, so take it with a grain of salt, but it showed that people's number one concern before the election was the economy. And now that concern has absolutely tanked in terms of how many people actually are concerned about it. It's down to, I want to say it was like 20 something percent, whereas before it was like over 50, maybe even 60, if I remember correctly. So while things aren't perfect, they are moving in the right direction, and Trump is moving and shaking and trying to make some things happen, and people understand that and see that. And it's better to have motion, right, to see someone attempting to do something than to watch Democrats just sit back and act like everything is fine, because that's what they were doing before the last election. They were telling us everything is fine, everything is great, the economy is great. What are you guys talking about? Everything is fine. Just throwing their hands up, trying to make it sound and seem as if everything was great, but in reality it wasn't. So even while things aren't fantastic at the moment, at least we're watching Trump and the Trump administration attempt to genuinely do some things and not just gaslighting us and saying, oh, well, everything is great, guys. What are you talking about? So yeah, they are absolutely cooked, man. Absolutely cooked, in my humble opinion. But like I said, y'all can let me know how you feeling about it in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. As always, make sure you guys go and subscribe to the second channel as well. It is called Extra Rich. Okay, the link is down below in the description box. So go subscribe. Hope to see you guys over there. Stay safe. Peace and love. I'm out.